How you doing? It's Tom McAuliffe. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to the first edition of the new YouTube station or channel, Uncle Tom's Cabin. We're going to talk about books. We're going to talk about the state of the world today, metaphysics, the environment, whatever else you want. So I hope you'll make it a point of stopping by. We'll do a weekly broadcast, usually on Saturdays or Sundays. And let's see, you can reach me at my website, of course, at www.authortommccauliffe, spell that last name McAulifffe, F as in Frank. It's like Krista McAuliffe. She was my aunt, or my cousin. And like that. So authortommccauliffe.com, www.authortommccauliffe.com. You can keep up to date with all the latest books and comments and such like that we got going on. Been doing a lot of book signings lately, and learning a lot. And we've published, about four. I haven't used golly in a long time. We published 4 new books in the past 90 days or so, one of which is this one right here, which I thought I'd show, Space Cowboy, The Way Home. Sometimes you can go home again. And this is doing really well on Amazon Kindle, and soon to be audiobooks. I just signed an exclusive agreement with Apple Books. They're going to be carrying all of my books as audiobooks, and wonderful quality there, using AI now for some narration, unfortunately, just because it's cost effective to do so. And the strides they've made in making narration a viable thing, computer narration a viable thing, is a wonderful advancement. You know, this whole thing with AI and such, now all of my books, depends on what you mean by AI. I use an application called Grammarly and other applications like AutoCrit and such like that, that basically helps me with grammar, spelling, repetition, those kinds of things. And I don't consider that AI. Unfortunately, you have some people out there using ChatGPT and other applications like it to basically just regurgitate out stuff that's not very good. And we see a lot of that these days, unfortunately. And that's why it's important to, get with a book club, read the reviews, read snippets, different books. You can get a good feel for that. And of course, all of my books are available on my website, signed copies, which is always kind of nice. And but Space Cowboy, this latest one, is really kind of a cool one. This is about a Chinese jet pilot who tells a bad joke at a dinner party to the wife of a very important People's Republic of China, PRC, minister. Let's just say that she and he don't have a very good sense of humor. And the next day, 4 Chinese soldiers showed up at this pilot's door, took him in a truck and took him to the local air base, flew him up to the Chinese space station, and then sent him out doing mining for rare earth minerals and space minerals. You know, China, a lot of people don't know this, but China is, man, big time in space. They've been to the moon, I think, 4 times, including on the dark side of the moon, which nobody else has done. They have a huge space station up there. They are in space to stay. And they are exploring and perfecting mining operations, exactly like they're doing in my other new book, The Leviathan Protocol, which is available on Apple Books, Amazon, Kindle, Barnes & Noble, BAM, yeah, and your favorite local bookstore. The Leviathan Protocol, same type of thing. Basically, China is mining minerals in a big way. I mean, these processing, underwater process, these guys and gals live inside these units. They're huge. They have mining processing there, as well as on huge tracks. I'll see if I can't bring some pictures next time and such. Well, I don't want to keep you very long. This is just our initial get-together. Here's some of the other, let me just reach over here. Here's some of the other books that you can see. Yeah. Just talk a little bit about it. My very first one, which was Mr. Mulligan. That's about my grandfather, who lost both of his arms at the age of 7 and taught himself how to play par golf, played with Arnold Palmer, Walter Hagen, Bobby Jones. Here's the one right here, Throttle Up. That's about Krista McAuliffe, the first teacher in space. Nuts, over here, let's see, over there, Nuts, the life and times of General Tony McAuliffe. Germans had the new Panzer tank, had the historic city of Bastogne surrounded with the new Panzer tank, and they sent a messenger to the general and said, surrender or we're going to level the town. And the general was a very eloquent man. He said, nuts. And before they could stop him, the German messenger jumped on the motorcycle bike and took off to the German high command, and it took them 3 days to figure out what nuts meant. And during that 3 days, George Patton and the Third Army broke through and saved the town. Nuts, the life of General Tony McAuliffe. There is a soft shell about the Navarre Marine Sanctuary and a talking turtle. It's mostly for young adults and children. And then right here on the end, way down here, is one called Frozen. And that's a story that my grandfather told me about a World War II guy who got locked in a refrigerator car and his battles there. I'm just going to go through a couple of the catalog here. Thunder Road, a little bit talking about the stock cars in the early 60s in the Southland, dirt tracks and stuff like that. Buddy, Brian, and Me. It's a kind of a Hunter S. Thompson-esque book about having an accident in a snowstorm and meeting Buddy Holly and Brian Jones of the Rolling Stones. Next one is Almost right here. That's about the Grandy Ballroom in Detroit. For a brief 5-year period, from say 66 to 71 or so, the Grandy Ballroom in Detroit was the epicenter of classic rock and roll. You name it, they played there. B.B. King, Creedence Clearwater, Cream, Eric Clapton, Moody Blues, just all kinds of great bands from the 60s. Charmed, that's my autobiography. Here's a book called No Handicaps that was actually written by my grandfather. One key at a time. He has no arms. So he basically put a pencil in his mouth and punched each key, a 30,000-word manuscript. It's a tough love treatise. Basically, let's see if you can get a picture of him without his arms there. that the only handicap one has is a mental one. Here is over here is Mad Dog. That's Detroit Tiger Dick McAuliffe. So kind of you're seeing a series there. Then up in the upper left corner here, we've got Off the Rock. That's a pseudo-fiction story about what might have happened in the 1963 escape from Alcatraz prison in San Francisco Bay. And we kind of take some facts and some conjecture and some stories and some conspiracy theories, and we weave them all together for a captivating semi-fictional account of the escape from Alcatraz. Then we're going into something similar too, right there, Deepwater Oil. That's basically about the Deepwater Horizon oil spill, although I was not able to use that term because the attorney said that's not a good idea. And BP loves to sue people, even now. By the way, the Woods Hole folks were down there last year in July with their submarine, and the wellhead is still leaking. We have no business drilling that deep in the Gulf or anywhere else. It's equivalent to, this is what they call it. You talk to guys who work on rigs, which I did for the book, and they'll say hey, we're going to the moon. We're drilling on the moon, because that's exactly what it's equivalent in. They're more than a mile deep down there. Then we go to Who Won? That's an outlet of a non-political, just look at the race, the presidential election, how our election system works, and what happened there. The next one, we've got No Place Like Home. Boom, 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 right there. No Place Like Home. That's I'm also a realtor, as you can probably tell. Keller Williams, right over here. And that's a wonderful, wonderful beginner's overview of the real estate business, investing, buying a home of your own. It's called No Place Like Home, the No BS Guide to today's real estate. I think you'll enjoy that if you've ever been interested in real estate. And then one of my new murder mysteries, Death on the Page. This is about a writer, Ethan Cole, who basically has a war with a reviewer and winds up trying to kill him. Lastly, and these, of course, of the 29 books I've published now over the past 5 years, these are just some of them. And lastly, The Lake, which is about Lake Defuniak in Northwest Florida. And how they restricted the lake rather than share it with our African American brothers and sisters. They basically restricted it for some 60 years. These were the people that basically flew the Confederate flag, the Confederate battle flag, on the courthouse steps until as recently as, 1978, I think it was. Oh, and then I forgot to mention this one down here, and that's Oracle, the algorithmic age. That's about AI. It's a very timely subject right now, and that's something to check out. Anyway, we'll be talking some more about it, and if you've got questions, you can send an email to bookinfo@nextstopparadise.com. That's our publishing company, Next Stop Paradise Publishing, and I'll get it, and you can reach me on the Dale L. Roberts Discord forum. I'm usually on there. I'm usually on my Facebook page too, author Tom McAuliffe Facebook page, and you can also reach me through my website. Thank you so much for your support. We appreciate it. Go out and read a book. It's a beautiful summer day, and thanks again. We'll see you again next week, probably next Saturday. Thanks so much.